They got you. They tricked you. They told you keto was the answer to your skinny fat problem. They told you intermittent fasting was the cure to your skinny fat problem. That's what the fitness industry does. They lie to you. Why do they do that? So they can make money off you. But I don't want you to feel bad. I really don't, because that's what happened to me too for the longest time. I bought every other program. I did everything that the fitness industry told me to, and I still could not fix my physique. Now, part of my mission with this new YouTube channel is to expose the fitness industry, to help you unplug from the programming. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have clarity on 3 of the main reasons why you cannot fix your physique, your skinny fat physique. So my first point for this video is your diet. We're gonna get the obvious one out of the way. You're eating way too many cheat meals. We all know what I'm talking about, right? You go 6 days, you go 5-6 days, and you reward yourself with a cheat meal. I was the same way, bro. I would go 5 to 6 days perfect with my diet, and then day 7 I would be like, oh boy, I get to cheat on my diet. I get to go and stuff my face with 5,000 calories, and then you wonder, you're like, how is this fixing the actual root problem, right? You go to like a pizza joint, and I love pizza. You go to a pizza joint and then you stuff your face with an extra 2,000 to 3,000 calories, and you wonder why your physique looks the way it looks. It's common sense, bro. And for some reason, we kind of shield that and we block ourselves off from the truth, from reality. You have to start eating whole foods, bro. It's basic stuff that we've known for years, right? Like a whole food diet, all the macronutrients, not just keto, not just carnivore, it's everything, right? So a sufficient amount of protein, a sufficient amount of carbohydrates, perfectly timed, fats, everything tailored specifically to you. And then you gotta adhere to a diet long term, bro. It's gonna take way longer than you actually think. Think about it, right? How long did it take you to put on that weight, that fat in those certain areas, right? How long did it take you? You have to understand that it's probably going to take that long, if not longer, if you're winging it and you're doing it by yourself, to get rid of the fat. Like that, to me, was the biggest realization, is that you have to continuously remind yourself over and over again over the course of time that, okay, it took this long to put this weight on. So how long is it going to take in reality? How long is it actually going to take to burn all this fat off? You got to keep that in mind. You got to keep playing that in your daily renewal process. The other thing about the diet and the cheat meal is inflammation. And I did not fully understand this until I started taking things seriously, and I invested in help. I invested in a coach. You don't realize how inflamed your midsection is. You just don't understand until you put somebody in place that has seen it, that has done it multiple times. It's your diet, and until you fix your diet and you fix the inflammation problem, all the processed foods, the McDonald's, the Burger King, the inflammation's not gonna go away. It's just, that's part of that cycle, that cheat meal process every single week, right? If you're perfect for 5 to 6 days, and in that 7th day you're taking a cheat meal, you're just inflaming everything again, and your body doesn't have a chance to get rid of that inflammation. And just a short little story, I have this guy at my 9 to 5 that I'm trying to escape, that he comes to me for fitness advice all the time, and I bring it up to him, or he's like, what can I do to lose this gut? And I'm like, well, dude, what's your diet look like? And he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I drink a lot of Pepsi. And I'm like, well, here's what we gotta do. We gotta stop drinking our calories. So I literally just have him switch from regular Pepsi to Diet Pepsi, and this guy's midsection literally shrinks within days because all that sugar is he's not chugging all of his calories. You feel me? Crazy how much just changing these little things can completely change your physique. So the solution for this is simple. 1, you need to adhere to a diet for a long period of time without cheating on it. Stick to that diet for longer than 7 days. Do not cheat. Do not eat a surplus of calories on Sunday because you feel like you deserved it, that you were in perfect alignment. You adhered to the diet for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, you're just gonna splurge and eat all these calories. It's not the way to do it. Make sure that you stick to this diet for at least 30 days. For me, it was way longer than that, but your body needs longer than that 7 days to get that inflammation and away from your gut in that midsection. And you want to stick to a whole foods macro based diet that is specifically tailored to you for sure. Okay, here's a simple solution that can get you started and get you going in the right direction. All right, so take your body weight, your current body weight, and multiply that by 11. That is the amount of calories that you want to eat every single day. If you stick to that number and you adhere to that number for a longer period of time than 7 days, you're gonna lose about 1 to 2 pounds per week. That's a pretty good starting point to start losing fat. And then the other important macronutrient that you're gonna wanna track is your protein. Anywhere from 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight is what you wanna aim for, okay? You wanna start tracking your calories and you wanna start tracking your protein. That is a good starting point. That being said, if you're wanting a macro-based meal plan specifically tailored to you as an individual, I will be very, very soon offering one-on-one coaching for you guys, okay? That is a premium service. It's not going to be cheap, but it's one-on-one. The diet will be specifically tailored to you. We will be going through everything you like, everything you don't like, and it's gonna be a premium service. But sometimes, and I learned this too, investing in yourself is the best thing that you could ever do. Investing in some coaching, it speeds up the process so fast because you have a blueprint to follow. You don't have to worry about all this decision fatigue. So that'll be a service that I offer eventually, but it's not set up yet. So for now, enjoy the free content. All right, so number 2, the reason why you have yet to achieve your physique, the physique dreams that you have, your why isn't strong enough. And what I mean by that specifically is your why is too selfish. Here's what I mean. Look, bro, the reason why all of these years you have not been able to fix your skinny fat physique is because your reasoning is too self-indulging. You have to have a purpose outside of yourself in order to stick to something this difficult over a long period of time. Your why needs to be as selfless as possible so that when your discipline and your motivation disappears, you have something to fall back on. I'm gonna dive a little bit more into that. A self-centered why, and when you're first starting out, it's good, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to want to look the best that you can for the opposite sex, your future wife, right? And I did say wife because that is God's standard, man, woman, 2 genders. But over time, and the older you get, you start to realize that that's not enough. That's not enough to keep you going. And what personally has worked for me is finding a reason outside of myself, a selfless reason to pursue destroying my fat dad bod. Throughout this dieting phase, this cutting phase, throughout this decision to finally change my physique, my skinny fat physique, what always helped me push through those hard times is the fact that I was doing it for the people in my life that I love, my wife, my son. Once you pick a reason outside of yourself to pursue anything in life, not just the physique goals, it changes the game. It flips your mindset because you're doing it for somebody else and you don't want to let that person down. For me, this is a big deal and it really helped me flip my mindset. My goal for transforming my physique, yes, eventually it's a money thing. Yes, I want to leave my 9 to 5, but it's more than that. I want to be the first one in my bloodline to change the obesity epidemic. Everybody in my family is overweight and I love them and they know this, but I want to be the one to change that going forward for my son and then his son. I want to be that generation trend setter, if you will. I want to change my bloodline. I want to be the first one in my bloodline to start that process of everybody after me getting on 1% better every day. So the solution is simple for point number 2. You have to find a reason outside of yourself to pursue this goal. If you don't have your kids yet, it's fine at the beginning if you want to do it for self-inward reasons, like to look good, to find a mate of the opposite sex, okay? But over time, like I said, that's not going to be enough, and you're gonna fall, and you're gonna need something to pick you up when you do. When your motivation is fleeted, you don't have the discipline in place anymore, and you just feel like giving up. You have to have a reason outside of yourself, a much bigger reason outside of yourself to pursue something like this that's so difficult. For me, that example was, I want to show my son what's possible with your own hands. I want to show him a life outside the programming. And there was this quote that I seen the other day, because every morning I start my my morning solitude with God and everything. I came across this quote that says, "If not you, then who?" And that really stuck with me. If I'm not going to show my son and the people around me that expectation and what is possible when you just put your head down and you work to achieve something as difficult as building a physique like this. If not me, then who? I do not want my son personally looking up to any other man for anything in life, any sort of example. That needs to come through me. And that really is what pushes me 99% of the time to keep going, to get up at 4 a.m., to continue to put in those reps that are absolutely required to be the best version of yourself. And now for the most important reason why you have yet to achieve that physique that you've been chasing all these years. The most important thing is your foundation is not under God. You haven't built that foundation with the creator of all things, the Alpha, the Omega, the author and finisher of our fate. Every goal that you set in life, if the foundation is not under God and what his will is, it's gonna crumble. God created all of those dreams, those ambitions inside of you. And when you're unaligned with his purpose and his plan for your life, things are just not gonna work out. And the more you fight it, the worse things you're gonna get. You were fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, bro. Without God as your foundation, this fitness journey that you're on, it's just a house built on sand, not on a strong foundation. It's gonna crumble. I promise you, dude. I am about to be 33 in November, and every single goal when it came to my fitness goals in life have failed. And when I came to this realization and I just surrendered it all to God, and I started my mornings with God in morning solitude. I get up super early every day just so I can have that time with God, to align with his plan, to write in the morning, to read scripture, to do all of these things. Like, honestly, this is the biggest factor in my life that has allowed me to get my physique to where it is to this day. Your flesh is gonna fail you every single time you try to do it on your own. Every single time. And honestly, only daily alignment with the creator of all things, it's the only way you're gonna be able to succeed with all your goals in life. The core of my mission for this YouTube channel and this brand that I'm building is founded upon Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Unplug from the system, the lies that society has programmed into you, and realign your mind with Jesus. That's the only way you're gonna win. So normally this is where I would send you off to another video on my channel, but this is the first legit long form YouTube video that I've done. So be sure to check out some of the shorts that I made. I actually recently just made a high protein meal, a very simple high protein meal. You can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So be sure to check that out on the channel. Until next time, rise to God's standard, conquer the self-doubt, prevail against adversity, and unplug from the programming. Much love.